Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are here for our Zoom class. We're making the October kit, which is some Christmas cards, and it is called Cozy Christmas. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome to everybody who's here online and those of you watching on replay. So I'm going to spotlight my desktop, and we're going to go ahead and separate out our kit. So as you open it up, let's talk about what we've got. First of all, we've got a lovely stamp set, and I think this is going to be a keeper as well. Has a great Merry Christmas, which would be great on so many of our labels. We've got To the World to go with the joy, the big joy that we've got. We've got some stars and Deck the Halls, so it's a great little stamp set. Next up, we've got some tear and tape. So I probably will not use my tear and tape only because I'm going to use my regular Stampin' Seal, but feel free if that's what you would like to use. Then we've got our packet with our little embellishments. So these are the red sequins, very sparkly. So we'll definitely be using them. And then we have dimensionals and glue dots. For those of you who want to use those, I'll be using mine that I have sitting here from other kits. Okay, then we've got pecan pie, or pecan pie, don't know how you say it, pecan pie, and I'm going to use my larger regular stamp pad because I end up collecting these and giving them away. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's what you'll see that I use. All right, so now for the packet, I did, before we went live here, we were talking about how some of the pieces are falling out of the die cut paper, and that's a good thing in that we can see, we can get to them easier, and they don't leave those little tick marks on the edges, but they also can make things a little confusing. So I just wanted to acknowledge that and see how we do. So first up, we've got all our envelopes. We're not going to do anything with our envelopes, but they are pretty, so a little bit different. All right, so we're going to start with the red card. There are 3, and that is for card number 1. So the first thing we do is we separate everything out into piles for those of you joining for the first time, and then we'll assemble the cards. So next up we have this green little Christmas trees, and that goes with card number 3. Then we've got some labels. So for the labels, I'm just going to punch out one of each, but the one rectangle with the border on it goes with card number 3. And then the one, this is actually the outline for Merry Christmas. And you can see that it is basic beige colored onto the white. So if you flip it over, you can see which side is the one we're meant to stamp on, which is definitely the basic beige side, and that goes with card number 1. The rest of these are for your other cards, so go ahead and put them aside. Next up, we've got this gorgeous joy, and this is the first time we're seeing the little felted or velvet areas that are on some of the die cuts. So we're going to punch this out. And this one will go with card number 2. We haven't gotten to the base for that yet, but that's okay. We're going to put it in the card number 2 spot. Okay. You have another sheet of that, so save that for your other cards. Then we've got these pecan pie like stars, and that's for card number 2. The rest away. Everybody okay so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up, we've got some white that has like a very, very pale linen. Can't even see it. There it is. Take it right to the camera. So that is the linen look. And we have a new stamp out now that is a linen background stamp. So it looks just like this. And this goes with card number 3. Okay. Then we've got a basic beige piece also with a linen look to it. And this one has little notched edges. And that goes with card number 1. And then we've got, this is one of the ones that it's kind of falling out, but we've got this beautiful ornament. So you'll remove that and that'll go to card number 3. And then the star. The star comes out and goes to card number 1. Okay. Next up, we finally get to that card base for card number 2. So we'll go ahead and put that in a pile. All right, this one definitely is falling out on me. So we've got a bunch of pieces here, and I'll try to put them back in as they go. So we're going to punch out everything on the sheet. And I'm holding it this way, so I'm going to start in the top left corner, and this is the bottom of our tree, and that tree is on card number 1. The middle of the tree, which has 2 rows, goes to card number 1. And then let's not forget the top of our tree, all the way over here, and that also card number 1. Mine fell out, but my ornament from the center.
Wait a minute. Could you show the top of the tree again, please?
Sure.
Oh, it is. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So then the ornament, which is in the center, that goes with card number 3. And then we've got these 2 sprigs. And the thing I'm going to point out to you is that one of the sprigs has 3 little branches on one end, or sprigs, and the other one has 4, just so that you know they are not the same, but they do both go with card number 2. So that was everything from that sheet. Get rid of that. You can save the other sheets for your other cards and try to keep them from falling out.
What was the last one you had there? Oh.
These sprigs, and they go with card number 2. And they are different. One has 3 little sprouts at one end, and the other has 4.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then our final sheet, we're just going to take out, going to take one of the holly and berries out. And that goes with card number 3. Looks like that. And then you need 1 J, 1 O, and 1 Y to make joy for card number 2. 1 O, 1 Y. Oh, yeah. Come on. A little fragile. There we go. There's my Y and then my J. And that is everything.
Okay, I'm like the other Lynn. I don't have a star.
Well, it's there somewhere. You had, okay, so you don't have any stars?
No.
Okay, yes you do. They are on the same sheet as that big ornament.
I've got the ornaments, but I don't have a star.
So there's nothing, look at the camera.
Hold on. Nope. Okay. Nope, I don't have those.
So they all fell out, or they,
I don't know what happened.
wait, can you see where they were supposed to be?
Yeah, but I threw that out a long time ago.
Uh, okay. Well, that's a different problem.
Exactly. All
Okay.
right.
All right. So let's get started. We'll go to card number 1, and we will take our card base and we'll give it a nice fold. Good crease with our bone folder, and right here, nice and sharp. So, other Lynn, without the E, you have some stars, right?
Yeah, I have 2.
Oh, you have 2. You just don't have the third one. Okay. Yeah, I probably there somewhere. I hate to say it. I know it's frustrating, but okay. So next we are going to, let me just make sure I tell you in the right way. We can go ahead and adhere our panel that has the little notches. That's just going to go right in the center of the card front. And I'm using my regular adhesive for that. You can use the tear and tape that was provided. That is what they suggest. But again, that's for people like this. That's for when you're on the go and you don't want to carry all your adhesives and everything with you. But if you're just at home like us, you just want to do it. The supplies that you have, you can save your, or in my case, hoard your tear and tape for another project, because tear and tape is awesome. Okay, next up, we're going to do some we're going to put our adhesive on all the other pieces. So with the exception of our label. Okay, so the label is here. Okay, so put that aside for a second. We're going to stamp that in a minute. But the other 4 pieces, which are the top of the tree, turn it over. The middle of the tree, turn it over. The bottom of the tree, turn it over. And then the star, for those of you who have it, turn it over. All right. And we're going to walk through which ones, where the dimensionals go and where regular adhesive goes. So again, regular adhesive, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. You can use your tear and tape, and then dimensionals for the dimensionals. So let's start with the top of the tree. That's this piece here, the small triangle. We're going to put dimensionals in the bottom. Kind of looks like breast. Sorry, gonna say it. If you look at it, right? Sorry about that, but that's what it looks like to me. We're gonna put it in there. But at the top of the tree, they used a glue dot. So remember, they provide us glue dots in our kit. But I'm gonna use my regular adhesive here as well. So you're gonna put a little up there. So you've got some adhesive at the top, and then you've got 2 dimensionals on the bottom loops. Everybody got that?
Yep.
I will in a minute. Yeah. I'm looking for the glue dots.
They were in the little baggie that came with the dimensionals
I'll
and,
put it in my hand now.
sorry?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so glue dot at the top, dimensionals at the bottom. Then we have the middle of the tree. Same kind of idea. We're going to put the dimensionals at the bottom and in or near the little loops that are at the bottom. And we're going to put regular adhesive at the top. And when we assemble it, you'll see why we're doing it this way. Oops, I did that wrong. Sorry. You don't want to put the one in the middle. Actually, it doesn't really matter, but you'll put that more in the center. So 1, 2, 3. And then a little regular adhesive at the top. And for the very bottom, same idea. You're going to take your dimensionals, you'll put them in the bottom, in the little loopy thing, and then regular adhesive across the top. And last but not least, the star gets a dimensional. All right. So tell me how we're doing with this. Everybody okay?
Yep.
Almost.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Great. Okay. So now
The last
we're going to,
one.
what was that?
I'm always the last one.
That's okay. So let's take the bottom of our tree. So that's the one that has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches at the bottom. Peel off the backings if you haven't already of your dimensionals. And that's going to go at the bottom of the card front, like so. So remember, you've got dimensionals behind here, but then you've got regular adhesive here. So you're going to press that down so that it touches the paper. Okay? Something I normally do not do because it makes it a little bit lumpy, but that actually is what's going to make this card look really cool. All right, so got that on. Next, we'll take our middle piece. So we'll peel off our backings. And we're going to put it on so that the little scoopy things go right in between all the little sprigs at the bottom. And so you're going to press that down. And then again, at the top, that's where you've got your regular adhesive and you press it down. And by doing so, if we would have put dimensionals on the top of the bottom piece, this whole thing would be lifting up, right? And it would get thicker and thicker. And we don't want that to happen. So that's where we got that. And then the top of the tree, same exact thing. And we didn't talk about the fact that the tree is also velvet or flock, whatever you want to call that. Kind of the same thing. It's that cool texture. And last but not least, we have our star, maybe. Oh, goodness gracious, where did my star go? Just had it. Here it is. And for the star, it actually is going to reach up to beyond the card a little bit, beyond the layer on the card up to the red. Oh, and so it'll go all the way up to the very top of the card. And that's your tree.
Very nice.
Very pretty, right? So we're not done yet. Once we have our tree, let's go ahead and stamp. So we're going to stamp using on pie, and this is the Merry Christmas. You're going to want to use the Merry Christmas because it fits into just perfectly our label. So we'll go ahead, open up the ink pad, and if you're working on white paper, you might want to put something else underneath so you can see exactly where you're stamping. My glass mat is a different color, so I can see, but when I did it this morning for my sample, I noticed that it would have been, it was helpful to have a darker piece underneath. So you're going to just line it up, and you'll know if you have it the right way or not because it's not going to fit if you don't. And there you have it. I love when they do this for you. Makes it so easy to be able to just stamp right in there. And there's no fussy cutting involved in terms of cutting around the words. I like the look. I don't like the task that it takes to get there. I don't know. I just don't. It doesn't look right when I do it. But then again, for this, we're going to do some creative adhesive. So we're going to, let me just get, has everybody stamped? I'm sorry. I know I was all ready. So you're okay, Anne Marie?
Yes. I'm getting
Okay. Lynn's working on it. All right. We'll give it another minute or so.
Ready?
Okay.
okay.
All right. Great. So we're going to turn it over. And when you turn it over, you're going to put you're going to use one dimensional and you're going to put it on the back of where the AS is. Okay. So however that makes sense to you to look at it backwards, that's what you're going to do. And then you're just going to use regular adhesive for the other side. Okay. So that way, so again, behind the AS is the dimensional and then regular adhesive on the other side so that when you go to lay it down, and now the A and the S are going to extend past the card if you do it the way that they designed it. I'm sorry, past the layer. You're just going to press down and everything is going to sit so nicely with one layer and one layer only and no extra lumps, which is so nice. Finally, we're going to put on our little gems. These are little sequins. And I found it easiest to use the pointy end of my take your pick tool for this. You could try it with the putty end, but I just found it worked best. And I'm going to use a large one and a small one. And then one more. I think I'll use a large one and put it over here somewhere. Let's see. Where should I put it? Right there. And so we have our visual triangle. 1, 2, 3. And it gives a little shimmer. So you've got some flock and you've got some shimmer and it's a beautiful card. What do you think? Do we like it?
We do.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So once you've got that done, you give me a thumbs up and then we'll be able to move on. 1, 2, 3. All right. Give it another moment or so.
Where did you put the third sequin?
I put it.
Oh, okay. Got it. Now it's done.
Great.
Very nice.
Okay. Other Lynn, you good?
Yeah, I don't have one of those picker-upper things, so here we go. And
Okay.
the glue was staying on the little card.
Yeah, that's why it's helpful to have a picker-upper thing.
Yeah.
Take your pick tool. Okay, so let's move on to card number 2. Love this because it cut out all the letters for us and everything, so it's always so nice. So let's take our card base first, and we will give it a nice, pretty go. I'm going to do this in the right order. And once again, we're going to take that this is the pecan pie piece, and we're going to put it in the center of the card. Now this card is going to be horizontal. Not that it matters when you're gluing the first piece on, but just so that you know. And again, they used tear and tape. I'm just using my regular adhesive.
What's the advantage of using the tear and tape when this works so well with glue?
Well, because when they make the kits, they're meant to be for people, meant to include people who don't have any stamping supplies.
Oh, okay.
So they have to find ways to put in, reasonable adhesives. So that's how they came up with the tear and tape and the little glue dots. And, the dimensionals are self-explanatory, but that's why they have those other things in there. And
Great.
I just save them. Yeah. And I use them for other stuff. But it is handy, like when you go on vacation or something and you want to take a kit with you, you don't have to worry about thinking about bringing all the extras. You just pick up the kit and go. Okay, so now we're going to put the card base aside. Did I say that already? And we're going to work with the piece that obviously is going to hold the joy. So for the letters themselves, we're going to go ahead and adhere them. And they use tear and tape. I'm going to just use my regular adhesive. So the J is kind of self-explanatory. You can see where it will fit in. And I just use some adhesive right on the vertical part there. So basically you're putting the adhesive on the thickest parts and not worrying about the thinner parts. For example, here, you don't want to be applying your adhesive there. You could do a little on the top. You can use a glue dot on the top of the Y if you wanted to. But it's not necessary, but it's a little fragile. So you want to be careful. That is a very thin piece of paper. And it just makes sense to me to do the outside pieces first. So I'm doing the J and the Y, getting them situated where they're supposed to be. And then to add the O, I'm just going to use 2 lines of adhesive on the thick parts of the O. And you'll see when you go to put the O down, it's actually on a little bit of an angle. So you want to make sure that you situate it so that the hole has the white coming through. I think that's wonderful. And I love that it has some more of that flocking on here. So once you've got that done, you can give me a thumbs up and we'll know that we can move on. So pretty. Love the way it looks. All right. Give everybody a chance. All right. The next pieces that we're going to work with are the ones with the sprigs. And while we're finishing up, I want you to notice that, again, there's one that has 4 and one that has 3. And the way they designed it is that the 4 goes on the right and the 3 is going to go on the left. So Lynn, are you ready to move on? Other Lynn.
Yeah,
me. I'm fine.
okay.
Yep. Okay, great. Okay, so the way that we're going to do this is we're going to put a little adhesive, and they're going to use tear and tape or regular adhesive, and just put it right in the center of those 2 sprigs. And then I'll show you how we're going to position it. Now, they don't show this in the directions. This is my own little, I think this will just make it a lot easier on us to put it together. But the way that it's going to go, so you've got the one with the 3 sprigs, and you're going to be putting it behind the J, right? And you want it just to come down like so. So that's what it's going to look like. Okay, and because I put adhesive on the front of right in the center there, makes it very easy to position. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Get it to where you like it. This one I found a little bit more difficult. I wanted to push it up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So now that's attached. And now we can put it onto the card front. It's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So to add it to the card front, we're going to use lots of dimensionals on the back side. We're going to turn it over, and you can see when you turn it over what it looks like, right? So you've got that attached. You don't have to worry about any extra adhesive. We're all good. So for the back side, you know, anywhere where it looks like it would make sense to put a dimensional. So you might want to use, I don't know, 5, 6. This is a big piece now that we've got it done. That's what I'm going to do. Like 2, 4, 5. So I've got 5 on mine. The back side. We've added our dimensionals.
I'll be right up, John.
All right.
Mine too. Hold on a second.
Oh.
I put the tape on the wrong side.
Oh, that's okay. If you did that, you might want to just position it onto your paper where you think it'll go. If that makes it easier for you. Are you using tear and tape, Lynn?
Yeah, so it's taking me a little longer to do.
Yeah.
So what was, oh, now we put the,
That's what that looks like. I'm excited to have some other Christmas cards other than the million that I've been making. It's nice when somebody else prepares them for you. Oh, goodness. I've already cut and prepared all the cards for next week's class because I'm leaving on Sunday. So it's funny, it's going to be all set up. And Scott's just going to have to work around it. I don't set up the kitchen, but the dining room and living room will be all set. It's very exciting, though, to have that done so far in advance. And like I said, the Zoom class, I've got it all packaged. Still have to put the labels on, but that's pretty good for me.
And you're going to Las Vegas?
I'm going to Las Vegas for our leadership conference. So,
good.
Yep. Kind of exciting. I'm hoping my flights go and come back. We'll see what happens with that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I'm a little worried. I've gotten, United keeps sending me emails. We're going to do our best. Whatever. We'll have to see what if it's a priority to go to and from Las Vegas. I'm not so worried about getting there because I didn't trust Newark Airport to begin with, but so I'm going the day before. But coming back, I don't want to get back. I can't really stay overnight another night. Otherwise, Scott's going to be running my classes. I'll tell him, just open the door. Everybody will be fine. We'll be fine. All right. Are we good to go? Let's go ahead. And once you've got that done, and you're just going to put it smack in the middle of the front of the card.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah, but we're not done yet. We've got to stamp, and I should have had us do that before. That was silly.
Ooh,
I didn't. I was thinking it was a different piece, so we have to. It's actually right on the card. So very carefully. Well, we were going to have to be careful anyway. We're going to take the to the world. I'm sorry. What is this? Joy to the world. Yep, the to the world stamp, and gonna ink that up. We've done so many different cards today. It's not even funny. With the little birthday party, did 3 kits, and I made them. You know, I did a whole kit for each, so that they would have samples. So that's what that looks like. So I did 2 birthday kits and the pet kit, the one with the dogs and the cats. That is gone. I'm very sad. They're sold out. They were around a long time. They are now officially sold out. So joy to the world. And then we have to put our little gems on. Are we ready for that? Everybody? Anybody?
yeah.
Okay. Give it another second, and we're going to use our pokey tool. And this one, where did I put them? We're just going to put them, you can put them wherever you like, but they did them here and here. So another visual triangle as always. Just adding our little bling. Beautiful. Might have to check to see if there are extras of these kits. You can order refills for the kits. Not always, but some of the time. This would be a nice project for my seniors. I'd have to get a bunch of kits. So right. So when you've got that all done, just give me a thumbs up so that I know. Great. All right. So let's move on to card number 3. Now we're going to, as we did before, fold our card base. Give it a good crease. Vertical card. And we're going to take our linen paper and put it smack in the center of the card front. And just make sure that it looks like a tree, because if you have it the other way, it doesn't look like a tree. So there's definitely an up and down. Ask me how I know. There you go. All right. So now that we've got that, I'm going to guide you the way that I think this should be done. So we're going to take this piece that has the holly and berry, and we're going to put dimensionals on the back of it. And again, this has that long strip at the top, and we're not going to be able to fit anything there. And that's okay. But what we want to do is put our dimensionals on. I just used 2. peel off the backing, and we need to situate this properly on the top of the card. So what you want to do is take the base of your ornament and just place it there. Don't glue it or anything, because we want to see where this is at the very top, and so we want to know how far over from the right do we need to put it, and we want it to cover this, okay, this point. So you're going to find your spot. So it's a little off center, and then just press it down, because you want this to reach the top of the card, this little piece, okay? And then you can pull that away. And the only reason, again, that we did that is because we want to be able to situate this where we would, because it's actually the topper of the ornament. Okay. But once you have that, then you can take your regular adhesive to attach the ornament, making sure to slide it under. Oh, and just so you know, the ornament has, at the bottom, it has the little extra sprig, and at the top, it just has the 3 flowers. You're going to push that in, and I know that we put some dimensionals there, so we're just going to force it in a little bit, and then that way, just press it down. So it looks like that. Easy peasy. Then we can take the next part of that ornament, and we're going to put it on using regular adhesive just in the center of the ornament, but then also a little bit on the side. So if you're using the glue dots, you can put them on the little pieces on the side. And then that's going to get put right over the ornament. Maybe we should have done this beforehand. Oh well. But just squeeze it in there. So it looks like that.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Right? Doesn't it look great once you get it layered like that?
Yeah.
I think this should be up further. Can it stay like that? All right. So give me a thumbs up when you've got that done. Okay, great.
Oh, you attached it already. Ew. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
No, that's good. For your other cards, when you make them, I highly recommend doing this before you glue it onto the card. Put the 2 pieces together and then put it onto the card, because like you can see, I didn't quite get it to the edge. I thought I was being smarter, but I guess I wasn't. Still works out this way too. All right. And then finally, whoop, we have to stamp. So this one gets a deck the hall. It fits on here. Pretty much the only one that of this collection that fits on here, but it works. Tap, tap, tap. And deck the holes. Very pretty. I like the way that the pecan pie kind of looks a little gold, right? We've talked about that before. It's always nice that they have that. A nice color without, doesn't have the shimmer, but it's still good. And for this one, we're going to do the same thing with the creative adhesion, right? Adhesive. We're going to put a dimensional behind the D for deck the halls. And then the rest of it will have regular adhesive so that when we put it onto the card, it sticks up in just the right places. There we go.
It's pretty, but I would have preferred a smaller sentiment label. It hides so much of the ornament.
Yeah, I know. Well, you don't have to put the sentiment there. You could put it up top, right? Up to the corner.
But then it covers the holly. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
I
Yeah,
cut it down to the
They're
left.
all nice.
you could do it down.
Very nice.
Over there, I think it's got a little more.
Yeah. Do them down here if you wanted, yeah. All right. And then, of course, we have to add our embellishments. We don't want to forget about those. So they did their triangle all the way over here. So that's what I did too. Instead of going all the way across the card, since the weight of the card is on the right side, they put all the little gems on the left side to give it some balance. All right, so while you girls are finishing up, I'm going to hop over and share with you my little presentation of other projects. So let's share that. Make it bigger for myself. And we'll start with slideshow. There we go, from the beginning. All right, so our good friend Allison sent me some of her alternative projects that she made. So she went and she actually has another set of 5 that I didn't share here, but we've got one of them that's a fun fold where she put the tree on the left side of the card and then it opens up. So I thought that was quite clever of her. She is one of our team members, and I love the way she cut apart this sprig. Remember, that was one long sprig, and she cut it apart so that she could put both of those right there. So very pretty. This one by Arlene, I don't know how to say that last name, Dole, not even going to try, but she created this little card, which I thought was a clever design. Again, just putting the adhesive at the bottom of this so that the fold, could make it into a easel card if you wanted to, but this is like a nice place setting maybe for a table, right? You could put names on the back, I guess, if you had something formal. You might, it'd be hard to do for a lot of people, but if you just have a couple of people, you could certainly do it. I thought that was cute. Next up is a scrapbook page by Danny, and she used some old designer series papers, but she used them as elements, and so that she'll put her photos in these spaces. And she used some glimmer paper here, so really a pretty, pretty page and very simple. This one is using an embossing folder in the background with snowflakes and then adding this as the element. And what she did was she cut around. So when we punched out the J, the O, and the Y, she went back and fussy cut around
Wow.
We punched out.
Yeah, no way. No way.
That's how I feel about it too, but I thought it was very clever and
It
it looked
is.
really cool.
It does look cool.
Yeah. And this is a whole bunch of cards from Joanne, and she's got a fun fold up here. She made
Oh,
these
cute.
little individual trees. So isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have thought of that. And then she has her ornaments. I like the way she used the background paper here. She cut apart the card bases to get that background paper. So those were fun. You can look at them in depth if you want. The PDF I'll send. Here's another whole bunch of cards by my favorite person, Laura Siki. She does just some really amazing things with, alternative projects. So I always look to hers first. So here she also used, I think, the negative, or no, she just used the
outline.
red part of that
Yeah.
ornament. So that was cool. And here she used a new embossing folder that we have. And this one, she used the reverse side of the tree that was flocked and put it through an embossing folder. So that's how it looks like that. She put it through the wreath embossing folder. So I still, if you've got that flocking, I wouldn't lose it personally, but she did. She must get several kits every month to work with. So anyway, some fun ideas there. Excuse me, here's some more. And she just used the words on this one and the stars that come in that stamp set
Oh,
as well.
I like that one.
Yeah, and then this where it says joy to the
Mm-hmm.
world. That
Oh.
joy is actually one of the dies in the little extra packet that you can get that, for the season.
Mm-hmm.
I have it right here somewhere. Well, anyway, I'll find it and I'll show you afterwards. She used the little gingerbread man, so cute. Anyway, I thought this was really nicely done. So this is actually done by the Paper Pumpkin design team at Stampin' Up, and I wanted to make sure I shared it because there's a Facebook page that you can look at for Paper Pumpkin fans, and they will post out there. And there's also a video that they share every month on the where do they share that? There must be the Paper Pumpkin fan page. So these were just some of the projects that they shared there. You can see. And then Renee did this. So she used the joy to the world. Those are the stamps that are included in this kit. And this is Trevor's. And look what she did here. She took that ornament and she cut it in half. And so that way it gave a whole different look to that card. She also added some gold stars.
Love it.
Yeah. So really nice, interesting, different way of doing things. So those are the projects that I was going to share. And let's see, I do want to show you. So these are the dies. So every quarter they have, for Paper Pumpkin, they have coordinating dies that you can purchase, and $12, and you get all the dies that are included, and they go with different, the 3 different kits in that quarter, right? So we've got the joy, which is really nice because it's got the stitching and it's got little flowers at the edges, and then it's got some flowers and flower builders. And I always love any greenery that you can put behind, let's say, labels that you're, sentiment labels. But this one also comes with a tag. I don't know how often you do, but I'm always looking for nice tags to work with. And it's nice that this joy fits right on the tag and make perfect for Christmas. So anyway, that's something that you can add to any order if you are interested. So what do you all think? Let's go to gallery. There we go. And is my desktop still highlighted for you, or can you see everybody?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, it's not, or it is?
like them all. They're really nice.
Okay, so any favorite among them? Anybody?
Third one.
Third one?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't
I
know.
like the joy one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I like the Joy one too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I kind of lean towards the joy one myself, I must say. So, all right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining. And
Thanks for doing it.
yeah, and so
Yeah,
we
they
do this
really are.
every month, the first Thursday of the month at 7 o'clock. So hopefully I'll see you all again next time. But thank you so much for joining.
And have a great trip.
Safe
Oh, thank
travels.
you. Thank
Stay safe.
you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.